Hello, Kevin here for Re-Embody, and I just posted a video to my social media page, my Facebook page, a few days ago about meditation. It features a very charming meditation expert talking about how to quiet what he calls the monkey mind. And I love this term, it makes so much sense to me. The monkey mind is the part in your brain that chatters at you constantly with observations and opinions and ideas and judgments. And while it's useful to us, we need that monkey mind's information. Sometimes we kind of need it to shut up for a while. What this expert suggests is that
the right method is you need to give job to monkey mind.
And that job is to watch the breath. Monkey mind, watch breath. And I love it. It's spot on. It's the best way I know to calm the nervous system and recenter your focus. But if you're the kind of person who's got a screen in your face all day, or if you spent several hours at work trying to make a deal, or if you're sitting in your car coming home in traffic watching out for pedestrians, calming that really noisy outside world to something as simple as watch breath can be a challenge. How do you grab onto that? So, I have a suggestion. I would like to provide some cues, some details about your breath that'll make it easier for you to generate some focus. Can we try this together? Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to breathe, and every now and then I'm going to throw in a cue, something that I want you to focus on. And I want you, wherever you are, sitting or standing or lying down, whatever makes you comfortable, I want you to do it with me. You can breathe at your own pace, but I want you to listen to these cues and see if you can bring it into how you're breathing. Okay? All right, here we go. So first of all, let's just start a pattern. Doesn't matter, don't think about it too much. Inhale and exhale. You can close your eyes if you want, or not. It's your choice. And once you've got a few breaths under your belt, we're going to start looking at some of these details. And the first one is noise. I want you to notice how your breath is audible. What's more, the difference between the inhale and the exhale is obvious. There's a very special kind of sound as the breath comes in through your nose, and a different sound when the breath comes out through the mouth. And I want you to attend to the differences. You might notice that as it comes in through the nose, there's a higher pitch, more of a rushing sound. As it comes out through the mouth, it's a lower pitch, a duller sound. And just attend to those differences. Now, what else is interesting about that is once you've found that the breath has a noise, can you make the breath noiseless? What changes in your body when the breath goes from making a noise to not making a noise? And again, there isn't a right or a wrong way. I just want you to notice that there's a difference in the way your body feels when you're generating sound with your breath and when you're not. And you can decide for yourself which of those things you like the feeling of better. Okay, next detail, temperature. I want you to notice the temperature of your breath as it comes in through your nose. And then again, as it comes out through the mouth. And if you're like me, what you'll notice is that the breath coming in through the nose is cooler than the air coming out through the mouth. And that makes sense, doesn't it? Your body temperature is 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. And that means that for that short time that the air spends inside your lungs, it gathers heat. And then when it comes back out again, it takes that heat with it. Cool air in, warm air out. I don't know why, but I've always found that feeling to be very comforting. So, the next thing we can focus on with breath is the sensation of expansion within the body. When the breath gets inside, it has to push and pull on things to make room. And we can get more into the mechanics of that someday and how that can be useful to you, but for now, I just want you to feel it. So as you take the next inhale, I want you to get a good mental image of which parts of your body had to get bigger in order to let that air in. And when you exhale, which parts got smaller? And there's another interesting exercise in control we can play with here a little bit. Is that first area that you noticed, which expanded and then contracted, is that first area the only place that you can get bigger or smaller when you breathe? Can you choose other places throughout the body? Do you like expanding in some places more than others? Again, there's no right answer. You can't breathe wrong. And by now, you have so much information coming from just the simple act of breathing. Something that you do without thinking about it all the time. Something your brain is designed to do without you thinking about it all the time. And yet, if you wish to, you can point your monkey mind at this action and get loads of information. You can think about, analyze this information. You can make choices based on this information, but at every second of doing that, you are inwardly attentive. The outside world becomes less important, just for a second. And that is so good for you. Now, we're going to talk about one last detail about the breath. And this one, admittedly, is a little more complex. In Tai Chi, there's this principle, to seek the positive but attend the negative. And what this means is that whenever I engage in an action or move in a direction, there is part of my body which is doing the opposite. In biomechanical terms, we call this deceleration. And this deceleration provides support and stability. Again, we can get into details of that another day. But you seek the positive while you attend the negative. And we're going to try that with breath right now. So over your next few breaths, when you breathe in, I want you to think about, imagine your ribs closing. Now they're not going to be closing. When you inhale, your ribs are absolutely expanding. But can you think about, imagine the ribs closing while you breathe in? Conversely, can you imagine pushing the ribs open while you exhale? Ribs in as you breathe in. Ribs out as you breathe out. And again, this refers to a very real, very measurable biomechanical principle. This is not just a metaphor or just some mystical mumbo-jumbo. It really refers to the elastic storage and release of very valuable and security-causing energy that comes from the air pressure inside your lungs. But right now, it's just about feeling. You don't have to understand it, just feel it. Can you find that kind of ghost inside of the movement? That contraction as you breathe in, that expansion as you breathe out. So, this is something for you to play with. If ever you find that you need to de-stress, you need to prepare, you need to focus, and you have to quiet down that monkey mind, this is the job that you give it. Good luck.